Hi guys, Nailed by Jen here. We are going to do a gemstone nail. As you can see from the display here, it's not really difficult, but a lot of work goes into it. A lot of repetitive and detail goes into it, but it's pretty simple. But like I said, a lot of detail goes into it. So to start off, we're going to prep this nail. What you want is you're going to take your Macart e-file. I really like the Stephanie myself. As you can see in the upper left-hand corner, using the Stephanie to prep natural nails. I like it because it's really compact, portable. It charges like so fast and it keeps the charge, and I love how ergonomic the little hand file is. It's great. It's a great little compact e-file, and it packs a punch. It really does. So you're gonna put it on 4. I wouldn't go more than 4, especially when using this on a natural nail. You don't want to damage the natural nail, but you definitely want to rough up the first couple of layers of keratin. The natural nail is made of 100 layers of keratin, and so we only want to take off like a couple and, you know, rough them up. So it's best to do this. Another reason, especially if you do press-on art, press-on work, and you sell your work. If you ever notice that when you put the gel polish on the press-on, sometimes it'll bubble on the sides, or it'll peel, it'll lift. This will help prevent that, because gel polish, gel of any sort, doesn't like to stick to a flat, shiny surface. It really likes a nice roughed up surface, and so this should really help with that. And again, on your natural nails, don't go above 4,000 RPM. And I'll be right back. Now we're going to get our colors ready. So I have 3 colors from the Elegant Cherry Blossom collection. I have 491, 495, and 496. So we're going to put a little bit of this on our palette of each color. We don't need a whole bunch because we're just doing one nail today. You see the contrast in the colors. It's really important to have contrasting colors to create the effect. Now I have 2 colors from the Spring Summer Vibrant collection. I have 9810 and 9805. 9805 I'm going to cover the entire nail with. Which is this color here. So while I have that out, I'm going to cover the nail. Now, I'm not going to use a base coat. If you found that you roughed the nail up a bit too much and it's too bumpy and you can't get it to go even, then I would use a base coat. But Macart's polishes lay so beautifully and so flat that, as you can see, with no base coat after roughing up this nail, look how beautiful that is. I'm not sure if it's focusing or not, but it just looks gorgeous after me roughing that up and no base coat. So I'm going to throw that in the cure for 1 minute, and I'll be right back, and we'll finish putting our colors down on the palette. Now we have 2 more colors. I have from the pastel collection, 1057. And from the pink jelly gel polish collection, I have 1012. I absolutely adore this color. It is so beautiful. I've gone through, I think, 3 bottles of it. It's just so gorgeous. So now it's out of the cure. And these are the brushes we're going to be using. So I have this one brush. I'm not even sure, like, it's sort of rounded, yet it's sort of pointy, yet it's sort of oval, yet it's sort of not on screen. Sorry guys. I'm not even sure what this brush is, but what I do know is I got it at Michael's, which is like a, for you guys in the States, like a Hobby Lobby. And I use it for patting on my color. And then I use this brush here for applying the white veining, and this brush here for smudging out the white veins. So we don't need these 2 brushes quite yet, but we will in a moment. So we're not going to be using our blooming gel yet. We don't use it until our second layer. But I'm going to start out with this dark color, and I'm just going to start patting it on here. You want to make sure that your brush is nice and clean so that it can pat properly. If it's too, like, what's the word, matted with product, it's just not going to do the proper effect. And try and create lining like this, if you know what I mean. It'll come in, like, it'll just create the proper look you want later on. The only word I can think of for it is veining. I've taken a few classes to achieve this, expensive classes. And you want to mix the colors so they blend. Like that. You want them all blending together. and just keep going. Just keep patting colors on until you're satisfied. And the second you feel satisfied, cure it. Immediately cure it. Because if you go one step further, trust me, you'll be so disappointed and you'll feel like you've wrecked it. See, like I'm liking this, so I'm going to stop there and I'm going to cure it. And for cleaning your brush, I would use acetone. It's okay to use alcohol for cleaning your brush, but once we get the blooming gel on there, the alcohol is just going to guck up your brush. So it's best to use acetone from this point on. But I am going to cure that for a quick 30 seconds and I'll be right back. And we're back. And this is what we have so far. And another rule of thumb, if your veining is going one way, once you go in, try and go an opposite way with the other colors. Okay? So you could leave it at that and just start putting your white lines, but I'm going to take it a step further and put some of McCart's blooming gel on there, and I'll show you what happens. There, we got our blooming gel on. So now we're going to start adding more colors. I'm going to clean my brush off because I think that's enough of the dark blue. So layering is what causes the dimension, as well as the multiple tones, like the multiple different colors and tones is what causes the dimensional look. And sometimes for this look, the shakier the better. That is no joke. Now that looks like a little bit just thrown on there, so I'm gonna play with it a bit. I'm gonna clean my brush off. These are all McCart products I'm using. I used all McCart products to create these ones up here. All the different colors. There, I'm gonna put that in the cure. And try to remember to give it a little bit of a wipe at the sides, because sometimes the blooming gel can get a bit thick and you don't want your nails getting misshaped, especially if you sell your press-ons. So you just want to give a quick little wipe. And I'm going to throw that in the cure. When you have the blooming gel on, you definitely want to cure for 1 minute. So now we're going to do a few veins, some lines. I like to use gel paint because gel polish is sort of thick. What is that? Sorry. Yeah, I like to use gel paint because gel polish is sort of thick and not as pigmented. Unless you're using McCart's white, which they have a Noir et Blanc set, which is just perfect set. There, so you just want to create some squiggly lines, not straight. It looks really off if they're straight. And you just want to keep going. We're going to go over these. So you just want to keep creating some little lines wherever you think looks good. There, so now I'm going to take my other brush and I'm going to grab a tiny little bit of alcohol. Now for this I'm going to use alcohol. And you don't want your brush soaking wet with the alcohol, you just want to get a little bit. Take some off, and then you're going to smush. You want to be very careful you don't get rid of the line. You're going on about 50% of it. And then once it stops doing the effect for you, because you'll notice it's just not doing it for you anymore, dip it in more alcohol and continue. And just keep scratching it towards yourself. And now we're going to put that in the cure for 10 seconds. So now we're going to add some more color. Oh, we got to add our bloom gel. My bad. You could quit there, as it looks like a marble or a gem there as is, but I like to add a bit more veining. But we could quit, but we're not gonna. We're not quitters. And you can go over the veins because we're gonna add a bit more. There. That's about all I want to add. I'm gonna put that in the cure for another minute. And now we're gonna add our final veins. I also wanted to add, if you don't have McCart's blooming gel, you could also use McCart's base coat. It works amazing for this, for doing this effect. Also, you have to stick with the process. This is one of those ones where it's not always pretty until the very end. But stick with it, because I promise it'll work out. And now we're gonna smush our lines. stick with the process. You can use Macart base gel for blooming gel. Definitely prep your nails before doing this. It'll make everything last longer. And like I said, especially if you sell your press-ons, you want to be prepping them, sanding them at least, so that the work sticks to them. There, I'm gonna add a couple more veins. And also, don't forget to check out Macart's website. They have everything you can imagine. Now they even have acrylics and dips. I can't think of the proper words. They're escaping me. But check out macart.com to see everything they have. Because trust me, I go on there and I spent so much money. I don't even want to say, it's a ridiculous amount. I just love their stuff. I went and got a lot of stuff. Let's just put it that way. I love their nail polishes. I love, oh my god, the consistency of their acrylics. To say they just launched acrylics and dips, they did it so well. Like, you know how new launches sometimes have hiccups or, you know, aren't the best? These are incredible. I've never used an acrylic so beautiful and so buttery. Like, don't get me wrong, I haven't used every acrylic out there, but these are the nicest acrylics I have used ever. And I just love their nail polishes. Like you saw, when I did that, I roughed up that nail and went straight in. I didn't even use a base coat, and I went straight in, and it self-levels. Like, their nail polishes self-level. It doesn't matter how bumpy or how cruddy your nails are, or the nail that you're working on is, the nail polishes self-level, and just, they're beautiful. They're gorgeous. And I love their little, they have little kits they create, like, for decorating, so you can come up with the cutest little like little inspirations for you to come up with ideas for decorating. And it's just, they have it all. They have absolutely everything. They've thought of it all. I love their monthly box, like, you know, BoxyCharm or whatever it's called. Well, they have the same thing for nails, and I just love that. And with my code, it's even cheaper. You can use my code nailed by Jen, nailed_by Jen, saves you 15% off of everything. And I just think it's great. I absolutely love the company, and I'm so thankful to be working with them. So I'm going to put this in the cure again for another 10 seconds, and then we're going to put a top coat on, and we'll see what it looks like all done. So now I have my Macart top coat, and I'm going to finish off the nail. There we go. Now I'm going to cure this for another minute, and I'll be right back to finish up the video. There, here we are, all finished. The finished product. I'm trying to get it to focus better, but I can't get it to for some reason. But anyways, there it is, all finished. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. Here's, I guess, the set. Now, when making a set of these, you don't want them all to be identical. You want to go out of your way to make sure that they're mismatched and that veins are in different spots, because it's just, you won't. Actually, I challenge you. This is my challenge to you. Can you make them identical? I want to see somebody show me a whole hand of identical gemstone nails. This is my challenge to you. Okay? I'm just kidding. It can be done. It's really hard. And I really think it looks nicer when you mismatch. Of course, these weren't made all together. These are all on separate occasions from filming these videos. But, yeah. This is the one we just made. And I hope you guys like it. Have a wonderful night, and I'll see you later.